because Kenji's on vacation and we didn't schedule the whole fancy all of this stuff today. And for some reason my computer, I couldn't do it. YouTube wants me to do some kind of thing and I can't do it. And so I said, you know what, we'll just go live on here. So hopefully we end up getting some people come on and yeah, I can chat with some of you guys. We got one thing is we have a ho'opili. What's up, Joseph? We have a single family home in Ho'opili. So if anyone out there is looking for a single family home in the Ewa Kapolei area, specifically Ho'opili, we have one. And they aren't releasing any, so we have one. And we're going to be bringing it to market real soon, so let us know. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, I'm going live on the phone because we're supposed to go live every day or every Tuesday around this time. And I can't go live on my computer. And so look, we have all this fancy stuff, but Kenji's on vacay, and so you got Aiden and I in the office.
Oh, what's good?
Sorry, in the podcast studio. No, this is YouTube because I couldn't do it on my computer. Yeah. All right, who we got out there? So I'm on my phone today, so I really need your guys' participation to make this live work. Ethan, sometimes the phone is the only thing you need. Correct. And I just plugged in my earphone, so let me know if the volume's okay. Hi from California, South Bay. Is the South Bay, are you talking about like San Jose or the South Bay? South Bay is also like a part of LA, right? Yeah. Hawaiian 50 said hi. I wish this was IG though. San Jose. Okay, cool. What's up, Hector? Ethan, we'll have Ethan's home on the market soon. Alex Romo, hello from San Antonio. San Antonio, Texas. Leave some comments, guys. I'm here. I'm really here to interact with you guys this time because, like I said, Kenji's not here. We have a couple of new listings coming up, so if anyone needs a single family in Ho'opili, please let us know. Hello from the LA South Bay. See, I knew there were two South Bays. I'm pretty familiar with all of California, but I actually don't know specifically what they're referring to when they say Los Angeles South Bay. Is that like, where is even a bay in California, in LA? Aloha from Houston, Texas. Nanakuli boy. Wow. Palos Verdes. Oh, Palos Verdes is where like the punk surfers are. Huh? They like throw rocks at your car and stuff if you're not from there. All right. So give me some questions, guys. Whatever questions you guys have, because I'm doing this thing solo from the phone today. Is my volume still okay since I plugged this thing in? Is it better? From Barcelona. They say like Barcelona, yeah? Who was Alex Romo? So we got 20 plus people in right now. Make sure you leave me some comments and interact a bit. You know what's interesting is we're getting really busy in June, and we're having a lot of people connect. And this past week we had 5 people who actually will be buying a home or selling a home soon. And so usually this happens more in March, like February to March is when we really get busy. So our second quarter is always our biggest quarter. I think this year, our third quarter is going to be our biggest quarter. And I think some of that has to probably do with the presidency and just the uncertainty that was happening around late winter into fall. And now everyone's kind of stable and they're like, oh, okay. Maybe the world's not going to end, or maybe I'm not going to lose my job. And, just a little bit more confidence there seems right now in the market. Franny Lee, 1206, aloha from South Carolina. South Carolina. My aunt lives in Greenville. I would say auntie, but it's from my mom's side, so it's my aunt. Soy Sauce Boss, what's up, Derek? Yeah, what's up? Soy Sauce Boss. What kind of shoyu do you guys use? My wife just told me the other day, that she doesn't like Aloha shoyu. And I don't know how I feel about that. Because for me, Kikkoman's too strong. Kikkoman's it's like a concentrate. All right, what about real estate questions, market questions? Aloha from Mokuleia. Wow. I could live in Mokuleia. We've been staying at this Airbnb, well, not we, my stepmom. And so I've been out there a lot at this Airbnb in Wahiawa. And it has it's wetter than Mokuleia, but it has those vibes because there's 2 acres on the property. And so it has that kind of big acre in Mokuleia kind of vibe. Yo, desde que vi Magnum. I don't know what that means, Hawaiian. Desde que vi Magnum. Can anyone translate for me? Desde que vi Magnum. Franny Lee, your picture looks like a realtor picture or something. So we have Kenji on vacation. We've had multiple listing appointments this week. We'll have listings in Waikiki, and Eva. Those are just the ones that came in this week. 2 in Eva, 2 in the general Eva area. And I think the team put together 2 or 3 escrows this week. Aiden, do you know how many active escrows we have? I'll learn from Aiden and get you guys. Like 12 active escrows right now. That's pretty good for our team. Larry Tran, German Maggi shoyu is the best. It's called Verze. Best salt to MSG ratio for direct seasoning, not for cooking. Is that green Wahiawa cottage you guys showed in a recent vid still available? Well, if that's the one that you're referring to, we're not selling it. It's just that my family was staying there. Just Scuzzy, aloha kako. So guys, aloha kako means like welcome to all of us. Kako is an inclusive. Oko is like you all. So kako, and then I think I'm rusty. Rako I think is them. So kako us, oko you guys, rako those guys. Magnum Tom Selleck I think is what. I'm also in South Carolina, but used to live in Monterey, California. Monterey is an interesting place. I've spent a little of time when I was in the Bay down in Monterey, Carmel. So there's this restaurant called Casanova that my wife and I had like one of our best dinners ever at. Yeah, Monterey is an interesting place. The surfers there are super territorial. Can get some good surf too. Aloha Derek, I saw an ad commercial stating that Coral Ridge is now available. Any idea what the lot sizes are? Shoot, I don't have Mahe with me right now, but those are Nanea 3. If you have questions, let us know. We'll get you all of that information today. But Nanea 3, so in general, the Nanea yards are fairly small, probably in the like 4,200 square foot range, unless it's a corner lot. Like, so one of our clients, Clayton, he's on a corner lot, and it's quite a bigger lot. He also has, I don't remember for sure, but I think Clayton has the green like electric box somewhere in his yard as well. So there's an easement from Hiko on that. But it's a bigger unit, but it's also a corner that gets a little more traffic passing by. So Nanea lots just aren't that big in general. But Brenda, if you want, I know you've been on here on the channel for quite a while. I'll get you in touch, and I'll have Mahi give you a call today if you have questions on that. Has anyone ever told you you look dead on like BJ Penn? Bruh, here's the problem. Aiden. Nope. This Greg says, has anyone ever told you that you look dead on like BJ Penn? He's trying to get me attacked. The thing is BJ is going through some issues right now, and he thinks that people are trying to take his identity or his family members. So don't say I look like BJ right now, because I can't defend myself against BJ.
Tell him you look like the singer from The Green.
Aiden, yeah. So, who I, Aiden said correct him and say tell him that I look like the singer from The Green. So if you guys, I can't share screen because we don't have all of Kenji's fancy stuff. Um, but I will just do it ghetto style since that's what we're doing today. Uh, so a lot of we're still going. We're still good. Oh yeah, we're still going. We're still good. You are that guy. Yeah, I'm the lead singer from The Green, guys. Not really, not actually, but all right. Leave me some comments, questions, interact. Let me know what you guys want to know, even if it's not real estate. You know, we talk about how I look like the person from The Green. Just came here to spend some time with you guys today since. HPD just shut BG Pins Lab down. Hopefully it's still going. Is my thing still going? Let me know, guys. Let me know in the chat. Do you still hear me? I think I went to silence a call since I'm on my phone today, and it looked like it shut me down. I also saw that the count of people dropped, and now it's rising back up. HPD. I feel like maybe FBI would shut them down, if anything. Are any of you guys into crypto? I just had breakfast with a friend of mine, and he's really big. He's been a successful investor and into crypto for a while, and he was just telling me about all his gains and 800% here and da da da. I'm like, man, I'm missing out. Ashley K, how active is the market in October? You know, less. Like we're not seasonal in the way that a place that has a winter is seasonal, where you know the winter fully shuts down. However, yeah, there's less people moving, so then there's less inventory and there are less buyers, so it can be less active in October. And so I'm not sure if your question is geared towards selling or buying, but I would prefer to list, if I'm selling and I have it within my control, I would prefer to list my home before October. And if October, earlier in October, like if I need to sell, like I have a home right now that I considering selling, and I could be fine selling it in October, but if it were within my control, I don't want to sell it earlier. I would tend to not want to sell into November and December. It's just not typically the best time to sell. Larry Tran, what are your thoughts on the increased TAT tax, transient accommodation tax? I think Governor Green looking to backfill the rail project coffers. Well, it's actually technically defined as not a tax, but a fee or something like that. And so, but anyways, I think that as I understand the where the money goes is already earmarked. So if it's earmarked for the rail, then that's what it is. Maybe it's earmarked for something else, but then they can redirect those funds to the rail. You never know with bureaucratic spending and in politics. But I don't know, Larry. That's my thing. I typically am against more tax. I'm typically not for more tax. I think where people are afraid of slippery slopes, right? Like people on the left and the right can tend to be afraid of slippery slopes in different directions. I don't like more tax because you are creating more revenue and giving more money to someone who's already bad at spending money, an entity that's already bad at managing and spending money, and that is government. I don't want to get too into political theory and what my stance on things are, but I know that I was a government employee, and I did have new things that were purchased last fiscal year that we threw away to buy more new things because we needed to exhaust the budget to justify the budget for next year. And I never liked that thing. Come to find out, I was more destined for business later on than bureaucracy. But I'm not generally for tax. That's now. Am I for cleaner oceans and more support for local people and all that? Yes, but it's never that simple of a conversation, is it? Ashley, you are PCSing. Well, Ashley, I'm not sure if we're already connected, but let's definitely connect. So you're not selling. So it just, you know what, the thing is it just depends. Let's assume stable interest rates, no change to rates, and a summer versus an October. The advantage could be if you were, say, buying new construction, but some of those things aren't moving, so they're offering some attractive discounts or credits or a discounted interest rate. Also, if the home that you actually like is on the market in October, if I were buying, assuming the home that I want is available in the late fall to winter, that's when I want to buy it. I feel I probably have more leverage at that time. The thing is there's more inventory in the summer, so the home that you like may be more likely to be available in the late spring to summer. That's just how that tends to go. How competitive are you though? If you're VA, zero down, not a lot of cash, you may be better off in October because the people with more buyers, and if you want the cul-de-sac home and it's available in the summer, that's going to drive more competition and a fight that you can't win. But maybe you can win the fight in October because it's less competitive. So it just depends. You may have less inventory to choose from, but then you may have a little more leverage. We're talking about small margins, but that may be how that goes. So Ashley, yeah, let's connect. Don't be playing with fake money, Larry says. It's a house of cards. Oh, Bitcoin will buy my home. Have 8 so far. Yeah, Larry, I understand your thought. Oh, sorry, Angela, I missed your thing earlier too. Larry, I understand your thought, but in speaking with non-frivolous, very principle-based, intelligent investors, I think there's a lot of merit in Bitcoin. But I'm not here to give financial or investing advice. Angela, thank you for the comment. FYI, for me, your feed glitched and was on repeat for a minute. Oh, thank you. I think that's because I went to silence a call. Irish Wars. I'm interested. You have 8 so far? You have 8 Bitcoin or 8 homes? Tell me more about your Bitcoin endeavors. I'm interested to know. Have you guys sold houses on Hawaiian homestead land? We have family living on Hawaiian homestead. Instead of passing it down, we prefer to pass to the family on the waiting list. Warren, I would likely, depending on the situation, I would likely refer you. There are 2 or 3 agents that come to mind when it's Hawaiian homestead. And depending on the situation, I would get you in contact with one of them and your fit and your feel. So if you need someone for that and that's coming up soon, let me know. I can get you in touch with them. Just go to coreteamhawaii.com, fill out the contact form, and we'll get you in touch with one of those agents. It's not that we aren't capable. It's just that there's someone else better suited. So, yeah. People have been saying that for over a decade now. That Bitcoin. So my buddy was just telling me Bitcoin, since its inception like 15 years ago or whatever, has done 55% has been the average year over year over year over year over year. So, you know, what does gold do for anyone? I get it, it's a physical, tangible asset, but we're moving away from that world. I don't know. I really don't want to get into it because I'm not the best person to speak about it, and this is not what this is for. Wealthy people have more ways to decrease the amount of tax they pay. So don't feel sorry for them if their tax rate is high. A lot of really wealthy people pay 0 taxes. I don't know. Not everyone coming here to stay in a hotel is that wealthy, though. You know, like my family, who is pretty poor, is planning to come back in a year for a funeral, and they don't even have 6 months of savings. You know, like a 6-month nest egg. they don't have money, and so they have to pay that tax. Just because someone chooses to go on a vacation here doesn't make them rich. And so the thing of like, don't feel sorry for the wealthy, make them pay taxes. Okay, let's say you're dragging me into conversations I don't necessarily want to be in. Be that as it may, let's say that this is $1 million, and you're Robin Hood. You're gonna take it from the big bad rich people and give it to the government. Here's the thing, the government. Sorry, I need both hands. The government is gonna waste that much because they're inefficient, and this much, and then like this much will be effectively used. So I'm not here to say whether wealthy people could pay more taxes or not. But what I know for a fact, and the hill I will die on, is that government is an inefficient filter for effectiveness. Government's not super effective at doing things, and I've been a part of those offices where we like, hey, we're gonna get a new desk. Like, my desk is already new. Yeah, I know, but we have to exhaust the budget. Like, why? Someone should get a bonus if we don't spend the money. No, that's not how government works. And so government's not, however you want to slice it, they're not effective at using your money. And we were never, if you trace it back, like if we could live 500 years and you lived through the whole period, we were never supposed to be taxed this much. It's just too much. So we might differ there. What's up, brother? Ronald Kawanoi. What's up, Ronald? Irish Wars. Okay, no more investing talk, but I will say I started in 2020 when Bitcoin was at 7,000. What else makes returns like that? 8 Bitcoin in my wallet so far. Goal is 10. Nice. That's amazing. That's amazing. Congratulations for you. Yeah, so anyone can tell you it's a house of cards, but 8 Bitcoin in your wallet, and they're at around 100 grand. They're over 100 grand right now. So that means you had 800,000 sitting in your wallet, and you started when those things are 7,000. So your returns are probably in the multiple hundreds. Good for you. That's amazing. I remember I got in, I bought some Ripple, I bought XRP and some Bitcoin and stuff when Bitcoin was at like hitting like 20 something thousand, like 2018 or something. And I thought it was all crazy, and I didn't understand it. And I wish I understood more. Yeah. What else you guys got? What other questions on real estate or otherwise do you guys have? Or just Hawaii. Hawaii food, if you want to try me on that. Anything that you guys have, let me know. I'm trying to pull up a review because we usually do like share our reviews and stuff. 66 Google reviews. All right, I'm gonna read Robert's review. Curious if not have a lot of money, which island would be the best choice to start new life? Big Island is the most affordable island in terms of real estate. Now your eggs and your milk are gonna cost more, but Big Island is just cheaper. So the simple answer is Big Island. Natty Root, where are you originally from? I was born in Florida. My dad, Waikiki Beach boy, moved to California, ended up in Florida, had us, and then I moved here mid-childhood. I first came when I was 10, and I stayed when I was 12. I'd come for the summer, 10. The next summer, I only stayed for a couple weeks. The next summer I came, went to summer fun the whole summer. The next summer I came, I forget if I went summer fun or not, but I called my mom and told her I'm not coming home. So I was 12, I think, when that happened. Okay, I'm gonna read Robert's review. I feel lucky to have been able to work with Derek and Aiden. I had a lot of renovation work that needed to be done on my home. From the time I contacted Derek, the listing sale was over 9 months. Derek helped me price the home correctly, but most importantly, he helped me to line up and manage multiple contractors for paint, flooring, bathroom work. His team remained dedicated throughout, and the results speak for themselves. Sold over list, great team, and fun people to work with. Fun people to work with. So, Robert, we built a relationship where Robert liked to banter, and I know it made him feel better. And he was having a couple of beers. We're getting close to closing. He did well. I don't know how he was doing that night, but he did well on our sale. And Robert goes, he said, like, the anxiety is leaving me. I feel it leaving my body or whatever. And I told him, I said, Robert, those are the beers making you pee. And he enjoyed that and started laughing. What other questions? Well, we got 30 people in here. Put a thumbs up, like, hit the like button. 30 people. Come on, you guys can just, even if you're not going to comment and participate, you can hit the like button, yeah? Do that for me. 7, thank you. One more like. And let me shout you out. If you're on here, just say what's up from here. I hit the like button. Let me shout you out on the channel. 11, thank you. Thank you, guys. Oi, Melissa. So, Melissa, how are you guys getting these, like, crazy emoji things? Been to Oahu 3 times now. What island next for natural beauty? Oh, that's a hard... There is no one. But probably Maui is a safe bet. I would say go Maui. 808 Derp is here. How's it? Shout out from the Bay Area, E. Maui. Yeah, see they're saying Maui. Yeah, Maui is a safe bet. Maui kind of does it all. Beaches. But Kauai is pretty amazing too, but I think probably Maui. This summer, I'm not taking a big trip this summer. I wanted to take a big trip, but I'm not decided if I'm going to go Maui or Kauai yet. I have family on Kauai, and the Kauai Marriott or what's the other, there's one of these fancy hotels, not Andaz, it's called the Sonesta, the Royal Sonesta, but it's like Kauai Marriott. That one, it's just a really nice, cool hotel. And then I also want to go like rafting and stuff, and Kauai has that, so. How's it, brada? Big island over here. 808 Dirt. Hey, 808 Derp, have you seen the guy? He's like, oh, I run this gulch. That's Big Island, yeah? Kauai is the island garden. Yep, the garden isle. I skipped Soy Sauce Boss, Maui, 808 Derp. A guy that knows a little bit about it. I can't afford Hawaii, but I can dream. Always good to listen to you because you seem very knowledgeable in real estate as a whole. That is correct. I appreciate you. We are obsessed with real estate, and occasionally we're just reminded at how our standard is our standard and our average is very high. So occasionally we're problem solving, or we're connecting with someone, or we're doing something, and I'm reminded, like, oh, not everyone is this thing. And there was one recently that kind of gave me that. I'm not going to explain why, but basically I was talking to another person, and there was a big skill disparity. Let's leave it at that, yeah. Melissa, what does it mean when a condo building is VA approved? Does it make it a safer investment than other buildings? Melissa, that's a great question, and I can answer that in a kind of nuanced way. Well, Melissa, I'd like to know, are you a VA buyer or not a VA buyer? If a condo building is VA approved, that means that there are more people all the people can probably buy that condo. So if you're in, a good example is there's a community here called 801 South Street. There's 2 buildings. There's building A and B. Building B is VA approved. But building A, which even though they're both 801 South, building A is its whole own building. It's not VA approved. And so if you're a cash buyer, But one day you're going to want to sell. This is an investment after all. You think about your exits. If you're a cash buyer, I'd rather be exiting a building that is VA approved than not, because I want a bigger buyer pool. Bigger buyer pool is always good. Like liquidity to a market is good. And so bigger buyer pool, better. So VA approved, better. VA not approved, do I necessarily avoid that building? No, but there's some more scrutiny, right? That does raise an eyebrow. That's a rock eyebrow. And so is there litigation against the community? Do they not have kitchens because it's like a condo hotel? Or, what's the reason that it isn't VA approved? So VA approved just means that it's on a list. That means you can lend to that building. And that list it's not revised very often. Now, I'll tell you one of the bad things about something being VA approved. Recently, there have been there's a lot of HOA drama in Hawaii. It seems to be settling, but there were buildings that couldn't sell. They couldn't get conventional lending. So regular people with $200,000 down and $1 million couldn't go buy and said buildings. But that the reason why conventional lending became disqualified was a more recent advent. And so the VA approved list doesn't get revised for years and years. So in between, there could have been some problems, some litigation, and VA people can buy, but they're buying into a liability. They're buying into a problem, And so is that good or bad as a VA buyer? Well, it depends. If I'm getting a killer deal, so if I want to go buy in this building, this is a building right here. If I want to go buy in this building and one of these units, this is 100,000 units in this building, and I want to buy in there, and they usually go for $1 million, and I'm getting one for 800,000 because of this issue, because VA, the only people that can buy and other people aren't buying. That could be a great thing. And I got inside word that the litigation might get settled. Actually, it would become approved for conventional lending again. It's just right now it's suppressed. That could be great. Also, you could be buying into a thing that you didn't know your exits were going to be limited because people can't get loans on it. So now it needs to be cash or VA. And now you're going to sell it and you're screwed. So that's a good question. It allowed me to really share some real estate dope. And it just depends. Yeah, so thank you for that question. 808 therapist here. Yeah, you're right. Ashley K. I know I've seen one of the team answer this before, but I can't remember which video. From submitting an offer to keys in hand, what's the average time? So escrow is about 30 days. Submitting the offer, so say you're submitting on a Friday and there's a bit of negotiations over the weekend. You don't get an escrow till Monday, so add 3 days, right? 33 days or so. So 30 to 45 days is escrow process typically. Now, getting pre-approved, writing offers, seeing homes, that just depends. We have clients whose process is just wild and they are indecisive and they just need to go through a little bit of it. And then sometimes they're writing really low offers and we tell them, we think that this first offer that you're writing is fine, we're happy to do it. However, we are being honest with you, this is merely an exercise for you to get feedback from the market because you're offering way too low. And we know, because the house next door is our clients who bought, and we know this market really well, or whatever the case may be. Or some people are really dialed in and, whether through our recommendation or their own research, they're writing winning offers from the beginning that make sense and still leave them with well thought out exits and all those things. So the pre-approval process and seeing homes could be as short as like a week, probably usually at least a couple of weeks in most cases. And so 30 to 45 plus a week or two for that. But if you're coming in October, I would say reach out to us now because there's just so much that goes into it. So you can close on a home up to 60 days prior. Are you PCSing with pets? If you are, it'd probably be difficult to stay in a hotel during that time. You might want to have your home sooner. We are really, really good at virtual buying if that's something you want to do. If you're on the fence about it, what we'll do is when we do our consult with you, we'll send you some examples of us walking through homes and doing some virtual, tours where we're like, look at this. See this paint? It's bad. Right? See this dirt? Looks like there's two different kinds of drywall. Like, we get really, really granular in our walkthroughs. So a lot of people who weren't originally gonna buy virtual, they do. But yeah, if you're coming in October, it's June, July, August, September. Yeah, we should connect now. And the other thing that allows us to do is have our ear to the streets for possible off-market deals. So we have 2 off-market deals in Eva right now, one coming up Waikiki. Like, it's just the sooner the better. Now, Mahe at a period of time on the channel was like, reach out to us, never too early. And then some people are like, we're gonna retire in 10 years. You said it was never too early. That probably is too early. You're welcome to reach out to us and get onto like our email list. We only send a few a year. We don't really send many, but yeah, 6 months out is a great time to connect with us. 4 months is perfect, but 6 months is a good time. So yeah, hit us up. What's your take? Not a VA buyer. So yeah, Melissa, if you're not a VA buyer, your conventional lending is approved and it has VA approval. Those are all the good things I want to see. What's your take on Lilo and Stitch, live action, Moana, and Jason Momoa, Chief of War? I don't really have a take. I know people get mad at pineapple pizza. They say that's not Hawaiian, but like, I don't care. Like, when there's ham and pineapple pizza, I eat them. Tastes good. And I haven't seen those movies, but I'll probably take my kids. It's summer, so I'll probably take my little one and maybe my nephew to go see Lilo and Stitch. Melissa says, thank you. You should kick Oprah Winfrey out of there and give that land to the natives and kick Mark Zuckerberg out too. Yeah, I don't have the power to do that. I'm here to learn since you are in real estate. Living here in Hawaii is pretty harsh, but just saying for being here my entire life. Yeah, man, like, sometimes get out and go grow, leave, go to the mainland, come back. These are all, possibilities for you. But it is tough in Hawaii. But I will say it's tough in Massachusetts. It's tough in Austin, Texas. It's tough in Nashville, Tennessee, where my dad was. All these markets have seen growth. The dollar has devalued. Markets have seen growth. Population has increased. This pinching that we're getting in Hawaii, it feels different to us as like Hawaiians and local people, and we see our aunties. And our exit is not, I used to always say this before on the channel, our exit is not, oh, we cannot afford San Francisco, so we're gonna move Sacramento, but we can still drive there in 90 minutes. Like, we don't have those options, right? We have to get on a plane and go to the mainland when we cannot make it. And so I understand it is a different thing here, but also people struggling everywhere, And if you're in Montgomery, Alabama, it's gotten, as a percentage, a lot more expensive, and their pay is super low. So I would just hope that everyone can find their grind season, make a few smart moves and invest, and set themselves up for a long time, would be my hope. Selling Hawaii. Yeah, you, Kamu. Selling Hawaii. I don't know if you're throwing shade or what, but we certainly do a really good job of real estate in Hawaii. Ashley K, perfect, thanks so much. Ashley, I'm going to be looking for you. I'll be looking for you to come through. A guy that knows a little bit. I have found the cheaper the house, the more problems that can arise to delay closing and getting keys in hand. I bought 3 houses. All comes down to what the bank is comfortable with. Depends. I would say on that, I'm at it depends. I'm going to have to jump off here shortly, guys. 808 Dirt. There's food on the table. We ain't complaining. That's that no grumble, be humble mentality. But I would say I want to shift it. Not no grumble, be humble. Like, no grumble and grind, Larry Tran, core team does awesome virtual tours. I got one from Kenny, and he went into details of cracks, flooring, weird stuff that catches his eyes, and even does a neighborhood cruise. It's correct. I don't think anyone does virtual tours as good as us. 808, true. Aloha, Derek and crew. Well, shoots, guys. This has been an iPhone and AirPod 41-minute thing. If you guys have any last questions, drop them here. We moved to Hawaii a few years ago because of your videos. Gave us confidence. I'm the man. Bruh, what did you guys buy or what? Hit us up. Or just send me an email or drop on courteamhawaii.com and send me the feedback. Even if you're a renter, tell us how we've, affected you guys. You guys get connections in Japan. So Kenji is actually in Japan right now. He spent 8 years in Japan teaching English, speaking Japanese. Kenji is like half Nihonjin, and well, ethnically he actually is half Japanese, but like his life is half Japan, and so his wife is from Japan, his kids speak Japanese, and they're over there right now, and so yes, we have short answer is we have connections in Japan. Let us know what you need, and I'll probably have Kenji make that connect. People pay to learn the knowledge you give away for free. Never turn down free advice. Thank you. Yeah, and I like the more I've learned to stop thinking I know, and we all of our lens and our mindset is based on past conditioning. It's just not to get hippie or psychological or whatever, but that's just facts. That's just true. And so I know that I'm no exception, but the more I've learned to let go of that and just be a student, the better off I am. And so I appreciate being able to be a student with those that inform me, and also appreciate you guys for being here and letting me, inform you guys and have an impact. And go to courteamhawaii.com, hit us up so we can work together. Or send your friends, and there's 20, 30 something people here throughout this whole thing. I think we got up to 40 something. You have friends, you have coworkers. Hope in some way we're top of mind, so if someone has a real estate need, you go, hey, check out these guys' YouTube. They're really skilled, they're really authentic, they shoot it straight, they're good, they produce results, and they're down-to-earth local people that you can actually just call up and email, and go to courteamhawaii.com and go to the bottom and hit them up. So, all right, guys, I'm going to jump off. Thank you, guys. Love you all. I got to go get some work done. I'll see you on the next one. Ahui ho.